Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, then welcome. My name is Ezwani and I'm glad to have you here. So basically today's video, as the title says, is all about editing on Premiere Pro. So if you're unfamiliar, I've been doing editing for a little while now. I went to school for it. I worked at a production company, did some editing there. So that's basically where I learned everything about editing. A lot of people always ask me, so I figure why not just make a whole video on it. So if you are here in this moment, then I'm gonna assume that you either just downloaded Premiere or you've had Premiere for a while and you've been confused as to how to use it. So I'm gonna show you guys everything that you need to know about how to make a video in Premiere. This is going to be a 3-part lesson because I do not want to overwhelm you guys with too much information at once. So this is the perfect time to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss out on any of my videos. So before we get into the editing process, the most important part of editing and having a good foundation is making sure that all of your files are organized into folders. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. Let's go. First, we're going to start from the Finder. Here, you go to your documents, wherever your footage is stored, and you'll make sure that you have folders. One folder will be the media, which will contain your videos and your images. One folder for graphics, one for music, and one for exports. As long as you have a good foundation, you'll be able to find everything easily, and you'll be able to work in a cohesive manner. The very first thing that we need to do is we need to open up Premiere Pro. This is how you start a project in Premiere Pro. This area here, it's either you start a new project or you open up an old project. Here are your most recent projects that you can access quickly. In this case, we're going to start a new project. We're going to call this project Premiere Intro. Now you would go to Browse under Location, and this is basically where you attach this Premiere project to a source. So you would go to your documents and you would find where all your stuff is. We'll go to 0 space in this case, and this is where all of our footage will be. We're going to start the project up. This is what Premiere Pro looks like once you are inside. You have these sections here. This one would be where your footage lies. As you can see, it says import media to start. This would be your source window, and I'll show you about that later. This would be your timeline where all of your sequences go, which is where the edit is actually made. And this would be the program window that shows you exactly what you're editing. Now, very first step is to import media. There are 3 different ways that you can do this, and I will show you how. The first way is by going to Media Browser, finding exactly where your project is. I'll go to Documents in 0 space. And this is where my project is. I will go to Media and go to Videos. Basically exactly where you stored it. You should be able to find it. I'm going to take these 3 clips, right click, and press import. All right, and then this just brought your videos here. Another way to do this is go to the top and press File, press Import, find the footage once again, 0 space. Media, videos. And you can just select the video from there. The last way to do it now, you would go to your Finder, find that folder once again. You can type it in or you can search for it manually. and then I'll go to video, and then you can just drag your video in that way. As you can see, boom, it dragged in. Now let me just go back and grab these clips. Here we go. Perfect. Now you just dragged your 3 video clips in. When you're reading this, you can see information on the clip, such as how many frames per second, the length of the clip, the size of the video. As you can see, this one is in 4K, and all that information is in that area. In Premiere Pro, you have to have a solid foundation. So you want to start off by creating folders, or as we call it, bins. So we're just going to click right here where it says new bin, and we're just going to create one. The first one, we would call it videos, and that's where we would put all these videos into. Close it up. We're going to create another one called music, another one called images, and one more that we would call graphics. So as you can see, we have our video clips in here. Now, in order for you to take these video clips and start a sequence, which is where you start the edit process, you can do this one of 2 ways. You can either take that image and drag it right into the timeline, and that now created a sequence. See, a sequence icon has a different icon than the videos, so you can always tell where the sequence is. That is one way of doing it, and we're just going to delete that for the sake of this video. Another way to do it is you can right click on the same video and you can select new sequence from clip. That's what we're going to do in this case. Now, to continue on with our organization process, we're going to create another bin called sequences. This is important if you're editing a bigger project because you will have more than one sequence. We're going to click this and we're just going to rename this sequence to demo. It's very important to pretty much name everything so that you can have a solid structure. We're going to grab that sequence and drop it right into the sequence folder right there. Now, we're going to look over here in our timeline. Now we're going to drag our other 2 clips right on over. So as you can see, we now have all 3 clips in this area. So pretty much right now you're at a really good point. Everything is organized. You have your audio folder, your graphic folder, your image folder, your video folder, your sequence folder. So everything is easy to reference when you need it. And then you also have all of your clips here. I want you guys to understand how to read the timeline window. So basically, these V's here, these are your video tracks. You can select, deselect, you can press this I to hide that video track. The A's now, these are our audio tracks. As you can see, the video tracks are along the lines of the video panel, and the audio tracks are along the line of the audio panel. In the audio panel section, you have mute, solo, and voice over record. These are very important, and I will show you all of that stuff in the next video, but it's just really important that you understand what this is so that you can understand how to edit this area. Another thing that is really important is for you to be able to know how to read the time codes. So this is where you can find your time codes, either here, here, or here in this area. So it goes in this order: hours, minutes, seconds, and frames, just so you understand. Right now, you're on your 36th frame. Right now, we're on our 5th second and our 24th frame. And that's pretty much how you understand this stuff. This side will show you the length of the entire sequence. So it's 37 seconds and 57 frames. And that's pretty much it as far as how to open up your Premiere project and get a sequence going in order to start your edits. I hope this helped you guys to just kind of understand how Premiere looks and how to move around it. I'm going to show you guys what you have to do to start editing and start making cuts in your sequence in the next video. So I'll see you guys there.